You got 30 days to contest it.
I will contest it. Thank you very much.
Good day, sir, and,
you too.
Have a good one.
Like these are the type of cops we're dealing with, and we'll see what happens. I hope justice will prevail.
Do you think it's for silencing you or for punishing you to be there?
I think it's a bit of both. I think they mainly didn't want me there. They didn't want you there. They didn't want us rebel there. It's not only me. It's Lincoln. It's Efron. It's you. It's I can't remember all the names. Ezra came. David Menzies. There were 17 people. The boat raid, right? Remember that? They wanted to silence us. They didn't want the story of the lockdowns of curfew being told. But I think at the same time they wanted to punish me and us. They were like. You were at the boat, right? You weren't with Rebel yet at the time, but you were there. You saw it. They wanted to punish and silence us because they wanted to silence opposition. They don't want opposition. They just want to do what they want to do and say COVID, 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 and you must listen. If not, you're the worst person in the world. That's what I think they're trying to do.
So, Alexa for Urban News, and I'm currently at the municipal court in Montreal because Yanky Pollak will appear for multiple tickets that he received during he was covering the curfew in Montreal. Same if Yanky did wrote to the SPVM and did all the steps for being legally outside, reporting as a journalist, as what he is, a journalist reporting on curfew, he did receive multiple tickets.
Right.
Okay, so you have to check your IDs, you have to check your papers. Everything's okay?
Perfect. Thank you.
Here's the papers. Thank you very much.
Have a good night. You too. So it's Monday. I was supposed to be here. I hear 2 court cases about jaywalking and making noise while driving, both 2 bogus charges that I got during the curfew. But after waiting all day, well, second half of the day, since 3:30, ultimately they didn't take our case. They said, we're too busy, see you next time. So now we're waiting for a new court date. I flew in all the way from Florida to be here to make sure that I'm here representative. The tickets today, it's laughing, it's $200 in total today. Tomorrow I have 5 cases, which each of them are $1,500 each. The total of fines that I received during the curfew is $15,000. It's 15 tickets. Some are $49 and some are $1,558. It's been postponed, pushed, put together so we could try them together and just get a ruling at the same time. But the court system here is so, I don't know what to say, they're messed up. I came from Florida to make sure that everything is done right, and I'm not running, I'm not hiding, as I did during the curfew. Every time they stopped me, gave them my papers, gave them my journalist IDs. I followed all the laws, all the rules, and right now I'm here following all the laws, all the rules. But the government seems to not care. So we'll see what happens in the coming days with tomorrow's court case, and on the 16th I have more court cases. Hopefully, by the time I leave on the 16th, all the court cases will be done. I hope so, at least, because I don't want to keep coming and fighting with these old 2-year-old tickets. But as the wheels of justice, I guess it's a legal system that we gotta work within. I'm exempt.
You're not exempt.
I am exempt. We'll see you in court, I have an email from the SPVM that I'm exempt, and I will continue going out. Well, you could give me one, I will fight it in court, and I will win.
Today, they really overbooked the room. Your case was the 78th one, and at the end, they just decided to postpone your trial when your lawyer is come from Quebec, so it's 3 hours drive, and you come from Florida. They should have prioritized your case, but they didn't. What do you think about that?
I think they don't care. It's not, as I said, it's not a justice system in my view. In my view, it's a legal system. I'm trying to work within the framework of, I'm here. They want me to be here. I came. I'm not running. I could have said, you know what, I'm never coming back to Canada. Screw you. I don't care. But I'm not. I'm here. I come. This is my second time I came back. I had a legal one proceeding in September. I actually won that. That is another issue with the court system. They never sent me a court date. One of my curfew tickets, went to trial without me ever getting a court date. So we fought it and won. They reversed the default ruling, and I think tomorrow that court case is going to be heard. But that's a part of the issues of the system that is not working. Like, how many times does someone need to come back? I'm being punished twice here, or 3 times. One when I was detained, then again now wasting my time. And then if I win, sure, but still I have to pay the lawyer. The lawyer fees are, crazy. Plus we're suing, and thousands of dollars. So even if we win, we still lost. And there's a process, there's a punishment that even if you win, even if you're innocent, you're still paying the price of pissing off a police officer or pissing off the system. So this is what we're dealing with here. We'll see what happens. I'm confident that we'll win. Ultimately, I hope justice will prevail.
So you were prepared before going to cover the curfew. What is the step that you did for prevent to receive a ticket?
So the first step I did was very simple. I called Ezra. I was like, Ezra, this is a story that needs to be covered. Ezra was like, I agree. He's like, if you could find a legal framework to work in and go out there and cover it, let's start there. And we did. I emailed the SPVM. There's an email. I used to even show that to the police officers. Some of them were like, yeah, okay, you could go. And others were like, that's fake. I had it printed out, I even showed it to them on my phone sometimes. There's no winning. I emailed them. They said, yeah, you could be out. You need either your curfew papers or a media ID, and I was like, I'll do both. Every time I get pulled over, I'll show you both. But they were like, again, some officers were like, sure. Others were like, and I feel that it was from the top down. They were like, go ticket him, go ticket him, go ticket him. But it's funny, some officers that had ticketed me, they saw me again and again, and they only ticketed me once or twice, even if they saw me weeks or months later. The curfew was about 5 months. They only ticketed me once. And then there was one officer that ticketed me 4 times in total. None of them were curfew violations, because I'm pretty sure they know the curfew violations will be thrown out pretty much by default. That's what I hope, at least. We'll see tomorrow. But, so they started ticketing me with stupid stuff, jaywalking, revving the engine. I even have one mass ticket, and failing to obey, because when it's like so stupid. When he was writing a ticket, he took forever. I went over to his car, and his car was in the middle of the street. Maybe he should get a ticket for that. He's like, go back to the sidewalk, which I did, but he's like, oh, you went on the street, so you got a jaywalking ticket and a failing to obey, because 20 minutes earlier I told you to stay on the sidewalk and not come to the car. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, and then instead of handing me the ticket, he threw it. Mm-hmm. These are the type of cops we're dealing with, and we'll see what happens. I hope justice will prevail.
Do you think it's for silencing you or for punishing you to be there?
I think it's a bit of both. I think they mainly didn't want me there. They didn't want you there. They didn't want us rebel there. It's not only me. It's Lincoln, it's Efron, it's you. It's, I can't remember all the names. Ezra came. David Menzies, there were 17 people, the boat raid, right? You remember that? They wanted to silence us. They didn't want the story of the lockdowns of curfew being told. But I think at the same time, they wanted to punish me and us. They were like, you were at the boat raid. You weren't with Rebel yet at the time, but you were there. You saw it. They wanted to punish and silence us because they wanted to silence opposition. They don't want opposition. They just want to do what they want to do and say COVID, 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 and you must listen. If not, you're the worst person in the world. That's what I think they're trying to do.
So let's see what will happen tomorrow, and we will see if everything will be postponed or you will have your sentence.
Yeah, hopefully there's a sentence, good or bad. I want a sentence. I want to move on. Hopefully it's good. I believe if the justice system is just, I will win tomorrow. If you want to see all the backstories of what happened, there's multiple stories online at lockdownreports.com. You could see everything that happened. To me, to our team, and even to Alexa, there were 2 curfews, multiple tickets between both of them. If you want to help us to donate to this fight of, winning the tickets, but also the fight of suing them. We're on offensive too. We're suing the Montreal police over what they did. Go to lockdownreports.com where you can make a donation, see the story, and ultimately we will have a documentary coming in the coming days. You will be able to see the trailer, and once the documentary is released, you will be able to see the documentary at lockdownreports.com.
So I don't have any choice but fine. So that's why right now I'm giving you a fine. You have 30 days to pay it to contest it. It's not a joke, it's not fun.
So you see, we are covering one of our colleague trial on multiple days, but it's not the only one. Multiple rebels have received ticket as other citizens. So if you want, go and chip in generously because lawsuit is coming up for the SPVM for what they did, and also to help other Canadians. Go to lockdownreport.com and chip in generously. Thank you.